Okay, we're going to call to order the first hearing of the afternoon. It's upon the application of Kristen and Hugh Donnelly of 20 Brookside Park in Milton, dated March 18th, 2025, seeking zoning relief from in the form of a special permit of variance to build a 17-foot by 15-foot one-story addition to the right side of the existing structure. The property is located in a Residence C zoning district, and the proposed addition would be built at a distance of 15 feet 8 inches from the front property line, whereas Article 10, Section 275, 10-10.2C of the Milton zoning bylaw requires that new buildings or portions of buildings be set back a minimum of 20 feet from the front lot line. Therefore, we are having this hearing tonight, this evening. My name is Virginia Donahue King, and I'll be acting on behalf of I'm the zoning administrator and a member of the Board of Appeals, and I will be deciding this case this afternoon. So when you speak, please give your name and address so that we have a nice record of everything. In the file, we have a number of different things here. We have the application, the denial letter for the building permit. We have a plot plan of the location. We have architectural drawings and elevations of the proposal. And let's see. Yes, that's the end of what we have for this one here tonight. So I'm going to turn it over to the applicants or whoever will be speaking for the applicants. And let's hear about your project and why you're doing what you need to do and so forth.
Sure. I'm happy to start. My name's Henry McLean. I'm the architect for the project. And if you like, Jenny, I can share three-dimensional views. It might be helpful just to see the project. And I don't know if you have those. We submitted those as well, but you didn't.
I have them. Yes, I do have them.
All right. So essentially, we're if you look at the plan on the first floor, we are essentially setting back the building another 5 feet or so from the current front of the building, which is actually just about, I believe, around 10 feet. I'm just pulling up the plot plan again. Yeah, it's 10 feet away from this lot line. So we're coming back another almost 6 feet from that to locate this new one-story addition, family room that you and Kristen are looking to build. And we're trying to sensibly tie it into the building and stepping it down to a wraparound porch. There's an existing failing porch that's there now, wooden porch, which we're not porch, but deck. And we're adding another layer to that deck for the lower section so that we can step this down and tie it in nicely to the building. And again, it's barely able to see the building from the street as you're coming down the drive. It's up against the wetlands, which we're also in the midst of going for a review with the Conservation Commission, which is happening in another week or so. And but we've had good reports from pretty much everyone we've spoken to, and I think just the only issue here is this 20-foot setback requirement that's written into the part of the zoning that you're looking at. And so we're looking for relief on that. But things to point out is that the lot literally pulls further away from the building as you look at the plot plan, so that in a sense, if you were to take a straight line out from the addition to the street, is what I meant to say, then you're actually over the 20 feet. But the lot line is direct. I think that lawn that's in front of their house is property-owned lawn. There's actually a drainage grate there, which we will obviously respect and pay attention to when the builder does the work and crosses that section of the land, which I've spoken to Jay Beaulieu, the acting building commissioner, about, and he said that's fine. They can access through the building, through that section of property that is literally owned by the town. But again, the street itself curls further away from the project, so we think that there's a good rationale for that. And again, we placed the addition so that it works in conjunction with the living room, the doors that are set up. If you look at the floor plan, first floor plan, you can see we're trying to tie it in sensitively to the existing floor plans of the house itself. So that all works quite nicely. And anyway, I can take any questions, and I'm happy to share 3D if we need to. I'll look at it together.
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm one thing. I'm looking at the plot plan of the proposed with the proposed addition on it. It looks like there's two lots there. Is you were referring to that, and those are both owned by the applicants, is that correct?
Well, yeah, oh, right, there is a division down there. I guess that both properties are owned, correct. What I was referring to is the line that goes parallel to Brookside Park. If you actually look at it on the town, um, uh, what we call it's just a plot plan that the town provides on the sorry, the LiDAR photos, you can see that the street itself pulls further away from that lot line. So it's very close to the lot line, right where the driveway is. But as you push down where the addition is, there's another 8, 10, 12, 15 feet maybe between the addition and the street at that point is what I'm trying to say. The addition's more like maybe 25 feet from the street. And that property, we're right where it says park on the plot plan. That is essentially open lawn because the driveway.
Where were you referring to on that?
Well, you see on the where the letters are written, Brookside Park going vertical on the sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Where it says park itself, that is all lawn. The driveway, the road, the end of the circle, essentially Brookside Park is a circle. We're there at the very end of the road, and it turns away, so the street is essentially available there. I can show you a photograph if you want to see it, but
Sure.
yeah, let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Sorry about that. Just jump into that. I don't know if you and while I'm finding that, Kristen, and you had any other shots? I'm happy to just take a minute here. I'll just pull that photograph up. Okay.
I think you were pretty comprehensive, Henry.
All right.
Not sure I have much to add to that. I would just note, I think that the addition is in line with the character of the neighborhood as well. As Henry mentioned, the addition would be set further back than our house is currently. And all the houses on the street are similarly situated on their lots where they're less than the 20 feet.
Right. Let me just go. I'm going to go to Google Maps really quick. It just shows it right on there. And here we go. Brookside. Okay. So
Is that becoming problematic?
no, I've got it now. Here it is. Sorry. Okay. Can I share a screen here? Let's see how I do that. Participants,
Should be down in the bottom center.
share,
Yep.
send request.
You're trying to do multiple? Okay, sure.
I'm just on a screen here that
Okay, you
I
should
have two
be able
screens.
to share now.
Okay. You can see it okay.
I'm not seeing it at all.
Okay, it's on my screen. So Henry McLean. Oh, there it is. More. No. Usually there's a Participants, video. Where should I go to on my screen? I'm at the share. Oh, there it
Yeah,
is.
go-
Okay,
click
got it.
into the share screen function.
Just disappeared on my screen. Hold on one more sec here. Sorry. Okay. So that's number one, but it's not. Oh. Get rid of that. Skip few other these windows.
Let me
Close.
try to modify it to one participant sharing at a time and see if that adjusts it for you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to find the
Henry, it's Kristen. I think I just shared. I think I just pulled it up and shared.
okay.
Can
I'm gonna-
people see it?
Yes, I
Yes.
can.
So this is our house, the white house here. And you can kind of see as you
So yes.
circle around how it goes further out. And this is actually a dead end. So you kind of typically come around here and flip around the median and where this is us on the end. So Henry mentioned it's even kind of hard to see from the street because it's not really where you would drive.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's helpful. Yes, that's
Yeah.
very helpful. I've been on your street many times, but it's sometimes difficult to remember everything. So that's very helpful. Thank you. Is there anything else that let me just say, so if this were to be granted, you would be building according to these plans substantially and so forth, so that you this is how you want it. You don't want to be changing it or anything, right?
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Very good.
Been a lot of effort into that. We're not gonna change it.
Yeah. Sometimes the idea is conceptual when it comes here, and it's a good thing not to be conceptual. So, are there any other things that you'd like to add, or are there any other people that would like to speak on this? And there appears.
I'm just curious, anyone else on the call from neighbors or anybody? Nobody's normally the variance hearings I've been at the past, people show up, but I don't know if anybody's.
Yeah, Bill would be able to see them.
Okay.
We don't have any members of the public who are interested
Okay.
in this hearing.
Then I'm going to close the evidentiary portion of the hearing and make the decision on this. This is a well-designed, attractive-looking building. It's it's not infringing upon the setback from the front. It's in fact it's built back from it, which is a pleasing aesthetic for the whole thing. And I think that this is well conforming to a situation where we would bend the law a little bit as a pre-existing non-conforming house. So we will. So I am voting as a party of one to, which is all we need tonight, to grant this special permit. And congratulations on the special permit. Now I'll be writing this up. It will take a couple of weeks, perhaps. Less if you're lucky. And so I'll be filing that with Mr. Donnelly, and he will bring it to the town clerk, where there will be a 20-day appeal period. It's a formality that must be gone through, so that if somebody forgot to come, they could make their selves known. But typically it's just a formality. Oh, I lost the page. Oops. I mean the site.
No,
Can you hear me?
Yes,
we can hear you.
can.
Yep.
Oh, let's see.
We're still here.
Okay. Let me see if I can. There we go. Okay. For some reason I lost it. So there'll be that 20-day appeal period, and then you can pull the building permit and get started on your project. So congratulations.
Great,
Oops.
thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
You're very
Appreciate it.
welcome.
All right.
And
Bye.
is this portion of adjourned?
Oh, yes, this, this portion of it is adjourned, yes.
Folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, you want to chat real quick, or you have it 5 minutes? Or not?
Would probably want to join a different Zoom.
Yeah.
That's-
I can too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'll
Bye.
send you a link. Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Good day to you. Okay, and now we have Maggie Quackenbush, I believe, and Marion McKettrick representing.
Okay,
Just waiting for them to accept the invitation to join panel. Good afternoon,
Good
Attorney
afternoon.
McKettrick.
There. Hi, everyone.
hello. So everyone's here that needs to be here, so, and the time is right, so I'm going to call to order the hearing upon the application of Richard Ducat and Margaret Quackenbush, through their attorney, Marion McKettrick, at 61 Maryland Road, Milton, Mass., dated March 27th, 2025, seeking a special permit or variance to build a 35-foot by 24-foot two-story addition to the rear of the existing structure. The property is located in a Residence C zoning district. The proposed addition will be built at a distance of 24.2 feet from the rear lot line, whereas the Milton zoning bylaw Article 10, Section 275-10.4A requires that new buildings or portions of buildings be set back a minimum distance of 30 feet from the rear lot line. Therefore, we have scheduled this hearing this evening to see if we can issue some help on that. In the file, I have the application, the denial letter for the application. I have a summary, a complete, lovely 2-page summary of what the applicants propose to do. We have a plot plan and a locus map, as well as elevations and plans for the proposed building. There's also a quitclaim deed showing that the applicants are in fact the owners of the property in question. And we also have letters from, or they're the same letter, basically saying to the Milton Board of Appeals, I or we have reviewed plans for an addition at 61 Maryland Road with our neighbors Maggie Quackenbush and Rick Ducat. We understand that zoning relief will be required in order to construct the proposed addition, and we have no objection to the Board of Appeals granting their requested relief. And that, the people signing those, we have 28 and 29 Garfield Road neighbors, as well as Maryland Road neighbors at 51, 54, 69, and 60. We also have maps online site showing the buildings in question in the neighborhood, and a property record card from the from Town Hall. Let's see. So I'm going to turn it over to Attorney McKettrick and like to hear about the applicant's need for and what they propose to do with their property.
Thank you.
Attorney
I'm
McKettrick?
Mary McKettrick. I represent the applicants. This is, as you've already explained, this is an application to build a rear addition to the home at 61 Maryland Road. So a few relevant facts about that property as it exists is that the home was constructed in 1940 on an 8,232 square foot lot. It happens that according to the certified plot plan that the applicants had prepared, the house is located at a slightly non-conforming front setback of 19.8 feet rather than 20 feet. That's on Maryland Road. And then a non-conforming right side setback, that's with your back to Maryland Road, of 19.8 feet rather than 20 feet. So the house was built after zoning was adopted in Milton for one reason or another, possibly because the road may have been accepted later and a piece may have been taken off or something. But in any case, it is at slightly non-conforming setbacks, but it's not a pre-existing non-conforming structure according to the legal definition of such a structure. Simply an existing structure built in 1940. So the other characteristics of the lot, though, that are significant are this is a corner lot. And because it's a corner lot and because it's a very attractive colonial style home facing Maryland Road, the other side, the other street frontage is on Garfield Road, and the setback is only about, it's just about at the legal setback of 20 feet. That means that, and on the other side, the setback is, slightly less than it's allowed to be. So there's really no way for the applicants to add an addition to this house without going way into the side setbacks, if that's what they were going to propose. On the other hand, the rear of this lot is significantly more than the required 30 feet in the present time. And by building the addition onto the rear, they do have to go into the side setback, but only by about I think it's 5.8 feet. In any case, let's see, it's 26.2 feet is the proposed setback. That is less than the requirement of 30, but it's not a huge amount less. I wouldn't say it's exactly de minimis, but it's the best of the three locations where you could add an addition. You certainly wouldn't add an addition to the front of the house. So there is a garage at the rear of the house at the present time. So the footprint of the present house includes that garage. In order to build this addition, that garage will be removed and the addition will be constructed, and the addition will have a garage on the first floor. So the overall footprint with the new addition, while larger than the current footprint, has been calculated by the surveyor to still be conforming to lot coverage requirements. So there's no problem with any of the zoning requirements other than the existing setbacks on the side, and the fact that the new, that what we're concerned with here tonight is that the new addition will go into the rear setback. The reasons for this, there are a number of different reasons why the applicants have made this application. They purchased in 2021, and since that time they have married, they have had a child, and they've added a dog, and they are contemplating, perhaps having more children. So they would like to create this addition to make enough living space for their family. They also want to continue to have a garage, but have a garage that's an adequate size for their existing vehicles. Most of these older garages are a little bit small for the vehicles we have today. And there's another feature of their design, which is that there's going to be a side door facing Garfield Road, and there will be a railing and a way to access that side door from the driveway that will be level. One of the applicant's parents uses a walker and a cane and has difficulty getting around. So this will create an accessible entrance for that parent. Finally, the addition, of course, will have a second story, and the second story is going to have a master bath, a bedroom, and an office. And the applicants have explained to me, and I explained it in the application, that they now work from home. Both of them work from home part of the time. So they really do need a home office. They need the extra space in order to create the home office. There are a number of advantages to the way this addition is designed. It's in the rear of the house. It doesn't change the front appearance. This is a very traditional colonial style home. It's really attractive. And they didn't want to change the way the house looks from the front. There's quite a bit of room in the backyard. And when they're doing this construction work, they are also intending to improve the landscaping and a fence in the rear yard. So there'll be some improvements to the rear landscaping that come along with this addition. And as you have already heard, the neighbors on relevant sides, particularly neighbors to the rear, they've all sent in letters saying that they have no objection to granting the required relief for this addition. So this is a variance. And so in my view, the justification for the variance is this is a corner lot. The existing location for the house means that the least intrusive way to create an addition to this house is at the rear. You can't really do it on the sides, and you certainly wouldn't want to do it to the front. Those would all create much more of a change for the neighbors and for their view of the home. So, and the applicant's this is addition request is so similar to many others that we've seen before the Board of Appeals. The desire to have a master bathroom and a bedroom when you have children is one I guess we all share. And if your house can be added on to do that, it certainly makes it a more valuable and desirable property for the owners. It also makes the home, because of this design, an attractive building for the neighborhood. It's not going to be substantially detrimental to the neighborhood. So I think the proposal addresses the limitations of the lot. It meets the needs of this family, and there is no substantial detriment to surrounding properties because of the design. And one other feature that I'll point out that is very desirable is that they're rebuilding the garage. They will continue to have a place to park, or they will have a better place to park their cars off the street. And our streets are pretty crowded in Milton, and this is always a benefit to the neighborhood to have a garage that you can use on the site. That concludes my remarks. If the applicants want to add anything, if you'll permit that, they can. I've completed my statement.
Okay. Applicants?
No, I mean, I don't know that we have anything much different to add. I think we
Okay.
just want to say that, we're very excited about, we love our home and we're excited about this opportunity to kind of improve on it. And I don't know if you have anything to add.
Yeah, no, I think we love the home, and I think hopefully this makes the home better for us and the neighborhood.
Yes.
Okay, I had one question. The locus map shows who, I've ticked off who had sent in, neighbors who had sent in that they had no problems with it. I didn't see anything from 55 Maryland Road. Was there any backstory to that or anything?
Yes, I'm happy to jump in on that. So our neighbor at 55 Maryland is an elderly woman who I think we have kind of surmised she has not been in great health. So we have left plans at her house. We addressed it to her and to her family because we know she's had a lot of family visiting. We've dropped materials a couple of times, and just I think that they have a lot going on, and we just haven't heard from them.
Okay, that's very helpful. That way, we do know that it's not, they've got notice of it as well as have seen plans and so forth. And if they had chosen to do something, they could have.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anyone else around that wanted to speak on this, Bill?
We have no members of the public who are
Okay.
asking to speak.
Okay, then I'm going to close the evidentiary portion of the hearing and decide on this right now. This looks like a really well thought out plan for adding on to your home, which is not exactly in tight conditions, but constrained conditions, since you have roads on two sides. And, I have lived on corners for both of my houses. And it's a little tricky sometimes, but I think you found a very attractive way of adding to the house and making it more livable for you with your growing family, as well as for the change in circumstances with needing to have the real estate at home to deal with work. So I am granting the variance. And of course, it will be, subject to following the plans that you have, but I see no reason that you'd be wanting to change those. I hope so. Congratulations on your permit, not your permit, yes, special permit. And good luck with the building process.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Do you want me to draft a decision? This is a variance, by the way, and not a special permit.
Oh, did
know
I?
it's-
Yes,
well,
it's not pre-existing. Gotcha. Yeah, I knew that.
Otherwise, it's the strangest thing. But if the house were built before 1938, there would be an easier standard to meet. It's just the way it works.
Right.
But yes, do you want
Close
me to
but
draft
no
something?
cigar, yes.
Yeah, exactly. If you want me to draft something and send it along to Mr. Donnelly, I can do
That would be great. Then we could turn it around quicker.
Happy to do it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Good day to all. And that adjourns 61 Maryland Road, I believe. Yes, Ms. Donahue King.
This away.
And we have Idia Thurston coming on for the next hearing.
Okay, are we at the right time? We certainly are. So,
Just waiting for them to accept their invitation to panel. Good afternoon, you're on mute.
Good afternoon. How are you all?
Excellent, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
And we are here with
you all set?
our zoning administrator, Virginia Donahue King. She will be leading the hearing.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too. So I'm going to call to order our third hearing for the afternoon upon the application. I apologize if I don't get your names right. Idia and Rashard Thurston, through their attorney, Marion McKettrick, of 1054 Brook Road, Milton, Mass, dated April 1st, 2025, seeking a special permit or variance to build a 35-foot by 20-foot two-story addition combined with an 18 by 20-foot one-story addition to the left side of the existing structure. The property is located in a Residence C zoning district. The proposed project would be built at a distance of 5.9 feet from the left side lot line, whereas the Milton zoning bylaw Article 10, Section 275-10.3 side yards requires that new buildings or portions of buildings be set back a minimum of 10 feet from the side lot line. Therefore, we are having our meeting today in order to address that issue. My name is Virginia Donahue King. I'm the zoning administrator and member of the Board of Appeals, and I'll be making the decision on this application this afternoon. In the file, we have the Board of Appeals application. We have a letter from Attorney Marion McKettrick delineating some of the salient features of why this would be a good thing to grant. We have the denial letter of the building, the initial building permit request. We have a plot plan of the locus. We have a locus map as well. And we have elevations and schematics of what the additions would be included as. We have a quitclaim deed showing the ownership of the applicants of this property, as well as the property record card for Milton for this home, as well as a more detailed map of the neighborhood. We also have two letters from the neighbors on either side of the applicants at 1060 and 1050 Brook Road, saying that they have reviewed plans for the addition at 1054 Brook Road with our neighbors Rashad and Idia. Is it Idia? Idia.
Idia, yeah, like India with no N. You got it.
Idia. Okay, Thurston. We understand that zoning relief from the Board of Appeals will be required in order to construct the proposed addition, and we have no objection to the Board of Appeals granting the requested relief. So I'm going to turn it over to Attorney McKettrick to give us the salient features of your application and why I should grant it. Attorney McKettrick?
Thank you. I'm Mary McKettrick, and I represent the applicants. And as you've just heard in the description, the applicants propose to construct an addition to the left side of their home. Now, I'm speaking with my back to Brook Road. The left side of the house is the side where the addition will go.
Wait, with your back to Brook Road, okay,
My
gotcha.
back to Brook Road. It's always confusing which one's left, which one's right.
Right.
So the primary reason for this proposal is I visited the applicants in their home, and we had a conference before I decided, or they decided to go forward. And they showed me the layout of the house at the present time. This will be a reorganization of the first floor layout. This will be a replacement of a family room that's on the left side of the house right now. The family room, while it looked nice to me, is not properly insulated. So it's very cold in the winter. It's probably pretty hot in the summer. It's just not a properly constructed addition. What they propose to do in general is that they're going to move the kitchen over to the left side. It's going to be to the rear of the house. They want to construct a two-story addition in the front, and they want to have a garage on the ground level. And then they're going to have a master bedroom and a bath on the second floor. It sounds familiar. A lot of people want to do this type of improvement. But in the rear, they're going to extend to the rear, or they're going to replace what's there, and they're going to have a one-story part of this addition. And I believe that's where the new kitchen is going to be located. So the information about the site that's important to this application is that this is a case of a house that was built before 1938. So when Milton adopted its current zoning bylaw in 1938, this house was already constructed. And it is on a nice large lot. It's in a Residence C district. The lot is 12,587 square feet. However, the house is built at a left side setback of only 8.5 feet and a right side setback of only 8 feet. So the house is considered pre-existing non-conforming. It's legal as is. The other feature of this lot is that it backs onto a stream. So running along the back edge of this lot is a stream. And when you have a stream on the back edge of your lot, there are all kinds of environmental regulations and laws that really prevent you from constructing anything within a significant distance of the stream. So any new construction too close to that stream would be prohibited. It means that a lot of the area of that back lot, really, they can't build an addition on. So that's a feature you don't really know it unless you know about those environmental limitations. So what they're proposing to do here, and what they can do with a special permit standard rather than the variance, would be they are proposing to intensify the left side nonconformity. So at its closest point, the left side now of the new addition will be 5.9 feet, 5.9 feet from the left side lot line rather than 8.5 feet. So they're reducing or intensifying that nonconformity. No, there'll be no change to the right side nonconformity. And they're building up one story from what's there now. So both of those changes intensify the existing nonconformity. They require a special permit from the Board of Appeals. The standard for a special permit is no increased substantial detriment to neighboring properties. So the inference there is that when you have a non-conforming structure, there is some kind of existing detriment because you're closer to the lot line than normally would be allowed. If you want to intensify that non-conforming setback, you have to show that you won't increase or substantially increase any detriment to neighbors. So design is very important. They have a good architect here who has taken great pains to design a left side addition that looks, looks like it might have been designed originally as part of the house. The house will be wider. The addition will have a peaked roof over the top at a right angle to the existing angle of the roof, but it will be at the same height. And the windows are designed to match the windows in the existing house. And the first floor of this addition will have a garage in it. So the applicants will have a place to garage at least some of their family cars. What they explained, what we explained in the application, what they explained to me is they recently only purchased this home quite recently in 2023, but they are a family of 5, so the husband and wife, and 3 children are currently aged 13, 9, and 4. Their 13-year-old son will soon be old enough to drive. Who knows what effect that will have on the number of cars required. It's always desirable to have off-street parking and preferably a garage that's large enough for family cars. So that's always a benefit to the neighborhood. And by building this addition, the applicants are creating a usable, modern dimensional garage for their cars. They also are a very tall family. And I think they provided their heights. Richard is 6'5". Idia is 5'11". I'm not sure how old the children are right now, but they'll probably be tall. In any case, they need some room. They need good living space in this house. And the house is really nice inside, but some of the rooms are kind of small right now. So the reorganization of the first floor will be a great benefit, and it will really improve the value of this already very lovely home. So the important part of this is the substantial detriment standard. It definitely requires that your neighbors weigh in and tell you what they think. And in this case, the applicants have contacted and spoken with each of the neighbors on the sides that are anywhere near. So the side next to the addition, the neighbors sent a letter in saying they don't have any objection to the relief. The neighbors on the other side who are further away have also said they don't have any objection. And then, although Brook Road is wide, also considered to have interest in this are the neighbors across the street. So 2 neighbors directly across the street have also sent letters in saying they have no objection to granting the relief required. And I don't know, in my mind, at least, the fact that the neighbors do feel that way. The applicants are relatively new homeowners in this neighborhood. They took the time to go out and talk to their neighbors. I think it has considerable weight, and certainly looking at the design of the addition with the detailed architectural plans you received, you can see that it's nicely designed. It will still be a beautiful home, and it will still fit in with all those other beautiful homes on Brook Road. That pretty much sums up my remarks. You already summarized the addresses for the neighbors who sent in supporting letters, unless the applicants want to add anything to that.
Okay. Bill, are there any people that wanted to weigh in tonight on this?
I don't see any members of the public who want to weigh in.
Well, that's great. Then I'm going to close the evidentiary portion of the hearing and decide this right now. This is a very attractive house that will become even more attractive. It's a nicely designed layout, and the elevations show it to be will continue to be an attractive house. There's there's a need there, that 4-year-old might be small now, but he or she will be a tall person later. So, and I'm not that I'm anywhere as tall as you are, but I remember looking at houses and saying, the people that live here must be very small. But, and so we did not buy those houses. But at any rate, I certainly understand where you're coming from. You just need to have a little bit more room to work around in the house. So, I see that there's no substantial detriment to the neighborhood by having this addition built, and so I am therefore granting the special permit on this. And congratulations on that special permit, and good luck with the building process.
Thank you so much.
May there be no problems.
And I'm going to tell you, the 13-year-old is already my height. So,
oh my goodness.
Well, it's wonderful to be tall.
Exactly.
I would be happy to draft something if that would be helpful. Do you want me to do that?
That would be great. Thank you. Yes.
I will do that. Thank you. And thanks very much.
Okay.
Town meeting.
Well,
good luck.
I said I'll see you at town meeting. Hope that goes just as well.
Take care now.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night.